Survivor, we see you. Man, I don't know how you held out down there. We broke an atmosphere, and we're descending towards the landing site. Is that a building down there? What do you mean you can't identify it? Hold on. No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9, 8. It's coming from the building? Change course. Set thrusters to full.
Alright, in we go.
Scans indicate this structure is composed of a metal alloy with unprecedented integrity. No match is found in database. Performing structural analysis. Unknown language. Attempting translation.
Discovered inside an alien facility, it was not possible to translate any useful information. However, scans have returned some information on the device itself. It is likely a solid-state computer, although there is no clear way to interface with it. On approach, it began producing a low-frequency radio wave containing complex but recognizable data patterns. It is likely the alien species which designed this technology evolved or genetically selected sensory apparatus to hear and understand the information being broadcast by the device, and to communicate back. The mental processing power required to perform this kind of telepathy would imply that designers were considerably more psychologically developed than the common human. Further research required. Very interesting. This green mineral substance has no entry on the periodic table and an unprecedented ability to store huge amounts of ionic energy within it. Likely grown artificially, cubic appearance suggests it has been cut from a larger deposit. Each cube contains the equivalent ionic energy of 5 kilotons of TNT. Under the right conditions, the energy could be released in a controlled manner. Likely used as batteries, but would require a substantial power source to be recharged. Assessment: valuable energy source.
Analysis of the patterns on the walls cannot ascertain whether their purpose is aesthetic or functional. Further data required. Unknown language. Attempting translation.
This dataset appears to be a multidimensional schematic of some kind. By mapping the pattern to a three-dimensional space, it is possible to gather a basic understanding of this facility's internal workings. The facility's unknown construction material is identified as an ultra-hard, non-reactive metal amalgam synthesized from off-world materials. There is no indication that it can be damaged or destroyed by available means. The schematic indicates the facility was to be powered by a separate, self-sustaining power plant located elsewhere on the planet. The location is not listed, but there is evidence that the designers intended to harness the planet's natural thermal energy. The facility consists of the upper engineering section, where the schematic was found, and the control room, which is accessed via security-sealed elevator shaft or a separate underwater moon pool. The control room in the lower section houses the only known way to interface with the facility. However, the schematic does not detail the operation procedure or installed security measures.
Your best probability of interfacing with this facility is achieved by accessing the control room in the lower section. scans indicate the facility's control room lies beyond this doorway. The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads, "Warning, infected individuals may not disable the weapon. This planet is under quarantine."
Okay, I think it's about time we start exploring this island now. I was in lore mode there for a minute where I was just kind of letting the game do its thing, and I'm just like, I have nothing to say about this. This is lore. This is stuff that's gonna it's gonna be important, you know, so I gotta not talk. Sometimes I forget there's not actually any cutscenes in this game, and it's just stuff that it's just like, hey, make sure you're looking at this, because if you're not looking at it, you're gonna miss it. I don't know why I got into, like, Xenoblade mode, where I'm just like, oh, it's a cutscene, I need to stop talking so I can focus on the cutscene. Piss off. Get away from me. Hate those things. Oh, I totally should have had a propulsion cannon before coming here. Alright, into the caves. This right here, this is where we get rich. And this is where we come back anytime we run out of rich, and we need to get more rich again. I really hope that sentence structure made sense, because I'm not saying it again. Yeah. I mean, gold is the least valuable of all the shale materials, but what we really want is lithium and a couple diamonds. And for these stupid cave crawlers to not be attacking me constantly. Oh, there's just lithium just on the walls here as well, which is preferable to anything else. We want maybe 2 diamonds. 2 or 3. We want a couple because, you know, they're used in a couple of different crafting recipes. One of which... Stop. One of which is the laser cutter that we still need, I think, don't we? No, we have the laser cutter. And we have the modification station, so I don't actually know if we need much more in the way of diamonds. I know we're going to need it for a couple of things later on, but I don't actually think we need any more right now. Like, we're not going to need many more diamonds for a little bit. I love coming here. This is one of my favorite places to come. Like, this place, this island going into these caves feels like the transition point between, like... 4 more things, okay. Feels like the transition point between, like, Act 1 and Act 2 of the game. Or what I consider Act 1 and Act 2 of the game. Like, as soon as I get here, I'm just like, okay, now we can actually get into the meat of things. That is in the wall. And, like, look at all of the valuable items in here that we can't carry because our inventory's full. But, yeah, we're definitely going to be coming back here frequently to just completely empty all of these caves. I don't like that sound. These are very oh, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. You stay down there, buddy. Stay down there. Rawr. That wasn't that bad. That wasn't dangerous at all, actually. Well, I think first and foremost, our next thing is we're going to get home, we're going to listen to that radio broadcast, and we're going to expand the base. Is that my floater friend? Oh my god, it is! That's the floater! It's still alive! And I think it's attached to that peeper. Oh, I'm so glad it's alive still. Okay, good. I didn't kill it. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't kill it accidentally by going in there. I'm just gonna leave it where it's at currently.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you, thank you. Alright. Now we've got a lot of modules that we can make here. But there's one specifically that that I'm going to be making. It's this one right here. It is literally just lithium and titanium. We're going to be making that for the Seamoth before we go on our next journey. But for now, we have another radio message to listen to.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
9 new biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
Well, that's terrifying. Okay, so let's dump all of this stuff that we just got in this locker. There we go. And now it is time to start working on expanding the base. Now that we finally have all of the materials to do so. And, well, the first thing that I plan on doing is actually completely removing the moon pool. Because, frankly, it's kind of exactly where I want to build the main part of the base. It's almost certainly not going to stay as enameled glass, but like, or as a glass dome. Oh, that looks weird. That looks so weird. Oh, that actually looks so cool, though. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think we're gonna keep it. Why? It looks so bald. It. It looks so bald. That's so funny to me. Oh, I love that. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to move all of our storage to this area right here. And I'm thinking we do a little bit of, like, partitions right here, maybe? And, like, make a little locker room. Can I make another one? Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking we just turn this into a little locker room here. So we've got our moon pool. This is where we'll come park our vehicle, and then we'll come in. We've got our medkit fabricator if, you know, we've been damaged or whatever. We've got our radio right here, and I think the medkit fabricator is going to end up going here after the fact. We've got both of our crafting items, you know, our fabricator and modification station. We've got our batteries here. I don't know if I'll do a power cell charger, but if I do one, it'll just be right here. Do I have the recipe for that yet? No, I don't even have the recipe for that yet. So then we've got our food, which is going to be marble melons once that's grown, and then we'll have a whole storage area over here that, and we're going to do the stand-up lockers because they're smaller and like they take up less space, but they're also, I think they have like a larger inventory. So we'll do just a whole row of them right here. We can actually start on this wall, I think, and come this way. Okay, so that was an absolute metric buttload of quartz that I just got. I completely filled my inventory, so we should be able to just make however many lockers we need now. Alright, that's going to be enough to start with. I'm going to start organizing all of my lockers and bringing over all the stuff from in here. Alright, so we have gotten all of our stuff fully organized now. That took absolutely ages, but it is now done. We do not have any more lockers in here. I'm actually going to take this Natural Selection 2 poster and I'm going to put it... we're going to put it... There we go. Now it's centered. Alright. So what next? What should we do next? I guess I could start... Yeah, I think I'm going to start pre-farming for... Oh, I can actually get the Ultra Glide fins now as well. Yeah, we're going to start pre-farming for the Cyclops. Not making the Cyclops, just pre-farming for it. So let's see. And then take off the fins, because we are going to modificate... And there we go. Now we have the Ultra Glide fins, and I can unpin that recipe. There we go. Now comes the question, do I go ahead and make the upgraded knife just for the convenience of having... Yeah, I think I do. I'm actually going to yoink this battery, and I'm going to go ahead and make the thermo blade. Just to have it for convenience, if we're out somewhere and we need food, we can just, you know, say we're out on a long journey and we don't have any food with us, we can just come up to something and slap it, and there we go. It is already pre-cooked. We can eat it straight away, which is super duper useful. So I guess the next thing we need to start farming for is the Cyclops. I'm actually going to go ahead and pin the advanced raw iron kit, because yep. Alright, so that's 2 silver, 2 gold, 3 gold. I think I have everything but the table coral now that I think about it. I'm going to make a project locker, which is just going to be a floating locker, and I'm going to put it right here. And we are even going to name it, Project Lock. We're just going to name it Project. There we go. Now this locker is going to contain everything that is materials of like the thing we are actively working on. So now, am I out of quartz? Am I going to run out of quartz for this? Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm going to go get some more quartz and more titanium. And then I will be back. So let's see. The quartz is going to be easiest in the... What the f***? Oh my god.
What are you?
Oh. That scared me so bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to censor that. Wow, that scared me. Hello. That's the first swear word I've said in this whole series, I think, so far. Is it just one? Oh, it is 2. I don't have enough lithium. I think I'm 1 lithium short, actually. Which is so annoying. Dang it. Okay, that's fine. I have literally everything else. Okay, I guess that means I'm going back to the island. I had the weirdest dream last night. I don't know why I'm starting to talk about this. I just like I'm traveling to the island and my brain was just like I have a topic to talk about. I had a dream that I was either playing Subnautica or I was in, like, actually myself was in the game. I can never tell when I have dreams that I'm, like, playing a game. I can never tell if I'm dreaming about playing the game or if I'm dreaming about being in the game. I can never remember. after, like, I wake up. But, like, I had the dream that I was playing Subnautica, and I somehow accidentally made my base, because it was pitch black dark, I made my base behind the Aurora, like on the backside of the Aurora where all the bad stuff happens. And I went in my base because I was terrified of all the Leviathans that were after me, because there were still Leviathans back there. What is that? But I went in my base to escape all the Leviathans that were after me, and for some reason, all of the water just suddenly disappeared. What is that? Is that a bioreactor, or is that nuclear reactor? Heck yeah. Yeah, but for some reason, all of the water, like, disappeared, and I was, like, walking on land, and the Reaper Leviathan was just kind of hanging out, like, he was laying there on the ground, upside down, I assume dead, or something, and then I woke up, but it was a weird dream. Like, it was one of those dreams where I was just, like, I woke up and I was just like, what? Like, I was really confused when I woke up. This morning I woke up because the alarm went off, but, like, I don't normally wake up to the alarm. My body normally just wakes me up whenever it's ready to get up. And recently that has been at, like, almost exactly 9:30 every single day, which is, like, a pretty comfortable time to wake up, but, like, I just went off on the wildest tangent. What was I talking about? There we go. Now we can... Hey, and we got the radio message right as we got home as well. What wonderful timing. I really hope that's the one that I need.
This is Altera HQ. This may be your only communications window. We can't send a rescue ship all the way out there, so Aurora, you're just gonna have to meet us halfway. We've uploaded blueprints to the ship's computer.
Sandwich run, you in?
Yeah, give me a second. Black box data shows the high-security terminal in the captain's quarters is still functional.
Becky's leaving like in 5 minutes.
All right, tell Becky I'll just take the regular.
The regular.
Yeah, she'll know what I mean. The code should
And
be...
if she doesn't,
Just tell her the regular, dude.
okay.
The
If
code...
I say regular, and she's like, what's the regular? I have to come all the way back up here.
The code should be 2679. The regular's just a ham and cheese.
Okay, would you just say ham and cheese?
Ham and cheese!
Okay.
Ham and cheese! I always thought that was... I love when I'm unable to use my English. Okay, so the code is 2679, and that actually means we have everything that is necessary to go to the Aurora now, I think. It's time to go to the Aurora. Let's do that. I'm actually going to save first. Once we kind of, like, finish stuff at the Aurora, that's when we can really start playing the game, like, completely playing the game at our own pace. Which, for me, just means that I'm not really messing around anymore. I'm going to do what I need to do. There's a couple of preparations that I'll need to make before we get into the actual meat of Act 2. But in my personal opinion, this is the point of the game where it really starts, like, actually picking up and we can actually do the things that we need to do. And, you know, moving through the game the way that I enjoy moving through the game, which is basically just rapidly from start to finish. It's through... Yep, right here.
In this region are sparse. The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours.
I am actually gonna keep the I am actually gonna keep the Seamoth on me just for the time being. Let's get all of these things. taken out of here. Where did he go? Okay, doesn't matter. Can I just drop things? Is that... Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that they provide you with one of these, because I totally would have forgotten. Ow. What? Okay, so let's be thorough with this. Let's not be hasty. We can take our time and really explore. We're not going to run out of oxygen. We're totally fine. This code... Oh, I don't actually know this code. I want to say 1... That's not 1. 1... Can I, please? 1... 8... 6... 9? That's not it? Okay. I remember 1869 being a code to something, but I guess it wasn't that. 6483. That's probably what that is. Let's check. Actually, 6483. There we go. Yeah, that is it. Cool. Oh, this is where you can find all the cool decorative items. Oh, I really want to get all the cool decorative stuff.
Was detected on your PDA. Your technology blueprints have been updated. Integrating new PDA data.
You know what, we can read that later. Or you can pause to read, I don't really care. All of these are items that I'm going to come back for later on, I think, because this is stuff that is just going to kind of cramp my inventory for the time being. And then, oh, this just leads to what was over here. Okay, cool. So let's pop the, not repair tool, let's pop this back in here. Get this door open. Like, if I was playing with my lights out like I normally do when I play games like this, I feel like that would really hurt my eyes. Okay, I know where I am now. Let's grab this.
Integrating new PDA data.
These aren't... I can't really take the time to, like... Oh, crap. There might be more stuff that I need in there. I will check it later. Right now, I just kind of want to focus on getting through everything. And getting what we need to get. And then getting out of here. Well, not getting out of here, but getting out of, like, the water, basically. And exploring more. Alright, here's where we get the good stuff. Heck yeah. I'm gonna try and reach this without using my fire extinguisher any more than I have to. I know there's like 3 or 4 fire extinguishers you can get in here, but if I don't have to use them...
Black box signature originating on the other side of the hull breach in this room.
If I don't have to use my, like, an item's durability, I'm not going to use the item's durability.
New blueprint acquired.
Oh, free storage module. Heck yeah. Okay. Let's start moving these out of the way. I don't know how you're supposed to just drop them, but that works. I guess you could press E as well. Because that's the item to, like, drop whatever's... Or not, like, drop, but, like, put away whatever's in your inventory. Oh, and this is quite possibly the most... I don't remember there being a chest in this room. This is quite possibly the most important room in the entire game. Well, not the room itself, but there is what is possibly the most important item in the entire game. If not, honestly, the entire Subnautica, like, series. The Keep Calm Cat poster. And, like, I don't have to be super duper thorough, because I am going to take another trip back to the Aurora in the future. Filtered water. I'm not worried about food just yet. I will take 1 food. But the water is definitely something that I want to keep an eye out for, basically. Yeah, I'm just trying to find like every possible poster. Thank you. Trying to find every possible thing that I can get. I'm ignoring the carryalls because again, that's just like more stuff that is going to take inventory space. This is the I remember the 1869 password because obviously. And let's see. I have the inventory space. I'm gonna take the decoration bits.
Integrating new PDA data.
And we also get the basic double bed, which is nice. Oh, wall shelves. Heck yeah, that's one of my favorite decorations. I love being able to use it for decorative bits. Okay, and then this is the one that's 2679, I think? No. Yeah! My memory is serving me so well. Sorry, honey, I didn't mean to make you jealous like that.
Integrating new PDA data.
It's the joke is that my wife has horrible ADHD and can't remember anything. I love my wife so much. Okay, I think that is everything that we can possibly get from here, so it's time to move on and start working our way this way.
Yeah.
And this is one of like 2 repair tool things in the entire area. Let's go ahead and get it put on. Actually, I don't think I need the repulsion cannon anymore. I'm gonna keep... Actually, yeah, I am gonna keep it just because... Okay. Just because it could still be useful for stuff, like, you know, if I happen to see any more crabs. Take another battery. And I think that's the last battery that I'm gonna take. Because there's no way I'm gonna need more than that. And in case you were curious, that's how you get the 1879 or 1869 code for that. I just happen to remember it. Supply crate. What is in the battery? I don't need any more batteries, I don't think. So up that way is the way we're gonna leave.
The Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
But this right here is the item that I was talking about. The Seamoth Depth Module Mark 1. That's going to increase our diving depth to, I want to say 300 meters, as opposed to the 200 meters the Seamoth can currently go. I don't think there's literally any other reason to come in here unless you, for some reason, didn't have Seamoth fragments at this point. Now we can really start moving on and getting to the end of this segment.
The drive core shielding sustained internal damage during collision. Do not attempt repair without appropriate qualifications.
Alright. Let's make sure we have everything that we possibly need equipped. Yep, that's basically everything we need. And let's get to work.
hyperdrive